And if y'all hear me, I'm adjusting myself. Little Giz was sitting on my lap, and I had to get up a little more because we kind of have some thundering going, and he gets scared. So I had to like prop him up. But yeah, but yeah, the title says it all, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Um, it's trending all on like the YouTube streets, and I'm sure other social media platforms. So we're gonna share our thoughts, and some people may not like what we have to say.
Don't care.
Don't really care. If you don't, you can unsubscribe. Really, like Helga Pataki used to say on Hey Arnold, it's no snot out of my nose.
Yeah.
We don't care. And so
Kick rocks with open toe shoes.
yes, pretty much. We're gonna share our thoughts. So without further ado, we're going to get started. And if you guys decide to, check the playback of this live stream, please share your thoughts. And we all can agree to disagree, but as we always say, please keep it respectful. Okay, so we're going to get started. So, BTS, popular K-pop group, two of the members from BTS were spotted at Chris Brown's concert. And I'm sorry, people could get mad if I say this, but y'all army for BTS, y'all be doing too much. Y'all really do. But a lot of like BTS fans are in the uproar because two members were spotted at Chris Brown's concerts, and they also took pictures with Chris Brown. So a lot of like content creators were sharing their thoughts, and they were really upset and angered by this and disappointed. So, did you want to add to that, Christy?
Yeah, because I just think that everybody, when it comes to these kind of controversies, air quotation marks, everybody wants to move the goalposts, and
Right.
they want to be selectively angry and outraged.
Yeah, selective outrage.
Yeah, selective outrage,
Mhm.
and it's just it all depends on what the target is.
Right.
And unfortunately, Chris Brown is the target.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, of course, we know there's been a lot of controversy, surrounding Chris Brown, his career, his past like love life with certain past partners when he was in a relationship with Riri. Everybody knows about
Right.
what happened. And my thing is this is that, they both have gone on to move on in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She has forgiven him. And I think that the rest of the world needs to move on and forgive him as well.
Right.
But the problem is that, anytime that somebody is, despite things like that, and they're still successful and they're not allowing it to tear them down, people get mad about that.
Right.
Because they feel like they're losing any kind of like power and control over people. I mean, and I'm not condoning DV or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that that's okay, because it's not. But the thing is that he served whatever consequences or punishments for that behavior in the court systems, and that was already settled.
Right.
So the entire world needs to move on.
Agreed.
Riri, she's gone on to, have a beautiful life. She has a beautiful family and things like that. So people need to move on. She has moved on. Everybody else needs to move on.
Right. Hello, Mirza.
Hello.
But agreed, because it was just like I said, a lot of content creators, you know, really upset. I'm just so disappointed. One girl, she just was like, I'm just so disappointed with BTS. Why would they attend his someone like that's concert? He doesn't deserve support. Why would you support Chris Brown? Like, she was really just going in, just so upset. And
just like, who are you? Everybody has done something on this
yes.
planet that they are not proud of.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that would be, considered bad or shameful.
Right.
So who are you to sit here and try to pass judgment on this man? He's already served his time, and a judge has already foreseen his case. He's
Right.
already served the time. He did years of probation,
Yeah.
cleaning up trash and stuff on the streets in Virginia, and they filmed it trying to humiliate him.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He's still out here doing his thing. People are still paying massive amounts of money. I can't afford it, Chris Brown. I love you to life, but I can't afford it. But kudos to him, and people are still paying to see him. They did
Right.
not destroy his career,
Right.
so kudos to him for okay, he had something happen, but he's moved on from that, and he hasn't allowed it to tear him down.
Right.
And it's just and it's like a lot of celebrities and things like that that have had controversies happen to
Mm-hmm.
them, and some of them it did destroy them. It destroyed their career.
Yeah.
And it's for different things. I'm not comparing what they may have happened in their lives to what Chris Brown has done.
Right.
But of course the whole Diddy controversy.
Yeah.
He's in jail.
Yep.
The whole thing with
R.
R.
Kelly.
Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
he's in jail. You know what I'm saying? And it's just regardless of what, like people will not allow people to to move past things or to what I mean to
Right.
it's just like it continues to follow them. And it's just like with Chris Brown, they weren't able to destroy him in that way, to see him in jail
Uh-huh.
and in that capacity. So they continue to pick with him, and people I think just try to antagonize him at concerts. Somebody threw water on him at a concert.
Right.
He could have jumped in the concert and whooped your tail, and he would have been totally justified to do so. But he didn't do that.
Right.
Instead, he made an announcement on the mic and was just like, "Don't be throwing stuff on stage,"
Mm-hmm.
and moved on.
Yeah, it's just people are mad that he I believe it. He's, sorry for what happened. He moved past it and he's successful. And that's, like you're saying, why people are angry. But going back to BTS, they're trending because of that. And it, being at Chris Brown's concert, which works in their favor, which also they're trending with the whole Grammy thing. So we're going to talk about that.
Right.
So they were upset that they didn't get an award for this year's Grammy.
I believe so.
Okay.
And they were talking about boycotting it.
Yeah.
I guess for next year.
Okay.
Now with that, I mean, people are entitled to do whatever they want to do in this world. As long as it's not harming somebody.
Right.
But my thing is with this. Now, everywhere around the world, internationally, everybody has like their own award shows and things like that celebrates, their celebrities and whatnot. Asia all over, they have their award shows.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Japan, from what I saw on our quick search, they have allowed foreigners in their award shows. I think they had this is in Japan, had like a category for international and I think hip hop.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the award show, but of course the hip hop, they had black people in there in that category. And then for the international, it was like a mix of a lot of pop artists. But they had Lady Gaga, of course they had Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, well, Japan is, having other people in there besides Asian. I mean, that's up to whatever country that you're in. You know what I mean? You celebrate who you want to. Korea, on the other hand, specifically South Korea, we know North Korea is not fooling with any of that.
Right.
Stuff. But South Korea, I'm just gonna read what ChatGPT says. But some American artists that South Korean award shows have celebrated. And, as far as any black artists winning anything, Anderson .Paak, he's half black.
Mm-hmm.
He has been recognized and things like that for awards, but he's also half Korean.
Right.
So, he's represented both sides.
Right.
And however he identifies, that's his business.
Right.
But, him, and then as far as any black American artists that are fully black, not so much. They did have on the Mama Awards in 2011, they had Black Eyed Peas, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg, and they were there to perform, but they were not recognized or received any kind of award or anything like that.
Interesting.
And then of course Bruno Mars, he's not black though, he's multiracial, we know that, and he's Filipino, I think Puerto Rican and something else.
Right.
So And this is the thing that kills me. Now, if we want to keep that same energy and, BTS wants to go and cry about not getting an award or being recognized,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then American artists, we need to be upset about the lack of representation over for the Korean award shows that they have.
Right.
Okay, because and that's totally up to them. They're in Korea, so I would expect them to celebrate Korean artists.
Right.
But there's no representation for black artists to be celebrated, especially when that genre of music wouldn't exist without black people.
Hello.
But no black people are represented or celebrated at their award shows.
Right.
So keep that energy the
But
same.
didn't you tell me too something you researched too? I think for the Korean award shows, it was like behind the scenes, like
Yes. So a lot of the celebratory actions and things towards like any kind of black entertainers are going to be behind the scenes for like the writers and the black producers
wow.
who help to produce these catchy tunes that we black people indulge in and consume in within K-pop.
Right.
And so to me, this reminds me of like within the civil rights era, before and like during,
Mm-hmm.
where back in that time, black artists, our music was appreciated, but we were not respected.
Right.
And when it came to us going to the venues, we had to enter through the back.
Mm-hmm.
However, the white audience is there to see the black artists, but they had to come in through the back.
Yep.
Same thing with K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to recognize or acknowledge basically the foundational influence of black artists and black people in that genre, but they want to continue to steal and borrow from it.
Right.
But they don't want to recognize black people at their award shows.
Ain't there something?
I find that hilarious.
And didn't you say because of this too? Because BTS was upset about boycotting the award show, the Grammys. You said that you saw something about the Grammys is going to make a new like segment or
Yeah, so they're saying something about possibly a category like best Asian artist or something like that. This is my thing. I don't think it should be just Asian, because then next year we'll have another type of
it should just be international or something.
Yeah, international. Best international group. So let that be representative of everybody. I'm tired, y'all. If I said that wrong, whatever. But let that be, inclusive of artists that are all over,
right?
Not just Asia, because there's a lot of good international artists all over.
Yes.
But it's just some of these artists, when they start to get a taste of fame and things like that, they get to have a sense of, entitlement. And to be honest, the stuff that they're putting out now, BTS, is trash.
Yeah.
Their earlier part of their career was way better.
Before they got mainstream, like really popular. Their music, when we were fans of K-pop, it was a lot better. Like Christy was saying, the stuff now that they've put out, it's trash. I'm sorry. Get mad at me if you want to.
Yeah,
but it's garbage.
Sorry, disagree.
Yeah,
you guys are brainwashed.
Yeah, they are, and it's just like you can't say nothing about BTS. People want to attack you.
Yeah,
mind control to the fullest, man, for real.
And and just even like, excuse me. People are, and kind of going back to the Chris Brown thing, people want to be selectively outraged about them going to his concert. I'm like, but there's people that have done worse things in their life, and y'all not mad about that?
Yeah.
And how about with BTS, some of the racist things that they've done?
Well, you know what they're going to say. That's what I'm saying. It's like certain other K-pop groups or solo artists, that people have called out like the racist stuff, and people will mention, well, I hate to, but BTS has did some things in the past and said things they don't want to hear. They get upset, but then they'll say,
I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
But then they'll sit there and say, because someone has said, and I looked it up. They was like, they donated to the Black Lives Matter movement back in 2020. They said, well, they donated to Black Lives Matter back in 2020.
Okay, so what? That doesn't negate the fact that they've said a lot of racist things.
And it's just
done a lot of racist things.
And to me, I just feel like it's just a way to just get in good with black folks by doing that, because it's like most of their fan base is black people.
And it's just performative.
performative. Yeah.
It's just like you said, just to one to justify existing in black
Right.
spaces, but to also be able to continue to borrow and be like, well, they're for
Hmm.
the culture. They've supported black efforts and things before. They're not racist. I'm
Okay.
like, psh,
And then
bye.
their newest album, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, forgive me, but the Ariong album, Ariang, however you pronounce it, but that came out this year, I believe, a couple of months back. People were in an uproar because like a video for it, advertising that the HBCU, they were saying they whitewashed it and
Mhm.
things like that. So people were upset with them about that, and that was a couple of months ago this
Right.
year. But now no one's talking
Yeah.
about that. So it's just
Yeah.
like you know
And it's just how can you feature an HBCU, a historically black college university, on your album art, album cover? Sure, talking about the history of Korean students going there,
right.
but you totally omit black people.
Hmm.
It's called historically black college university for a reason.
Right.
So why don't you have black faces on there? Why did you whitewash it? That doesn't make sense to me. But the thing is that even just over in Asia, um, they are totally whitewashed
Hmm.
as far as with the amount of plastic surgery and the aesthetics that they go
Uh-huh.
for and that they uphold
Yep.
and what they value over there
Hmm.
is proximity to whiteness.
Yep.
They thin out their noses, they do their lips, they widen their eyes,
Yep.
they do all kinds of things to what do you call it? Um, I forget, but anyways, to make themselves look white. Okay, so yeah, and it's just I don't know when black people are gonna wake up
Hmm.
and understand that K-pop has no love for you,
I know.
and even with that, they didn't go there to support them. They want to support Chris Brown. They went there to steal ideas, just as
I
they do
believe
all the
so.
other black artists out here
And
that we
to
got.
right, to just listen to steal ideas, and then also to be because they're trending. People are
Yeah,
upset with them because they attended Chris Breezy's concert, but it's like it's benefiting them because
yeah,
they're trending. And that's another thing. Like some black K-pop fans, well, they collab with a lot of black artists, but just because they collab with a lot of black artists don't mean that they care about black people.
no, because there's a lot of like non-black artists who are like well within black spaces
Right.
and create music that was started by black people and
Right.
everything, but then later on you see something that they said something racist.
Yes.
They don't.
Yes.
They just do whatever is lucrative. And I'm telling you, whoever is their PR team, they the bomb.com. They
Yep.
stay keeping them relevant.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right now their music is trash.
It is.
So the only way to keep themselves relevant is to keep engaging or putting themselves in controversy. That's I'm sorry, but that's what it seems like is happening as far as them right now because and I mean people are mad about them not getting nominated for anything. I mean respectfully, I don't really I'm sure like a lot of their music was streamed, but I'm like as far as it being played everywhere, I don't recall. Do
Well,
you?
like I said, I don't even be really listening to K-pop like that anymore. But no, but I know it was a black guy that was talking about it one year that Anderson Paak and Bruno
Mhm.
Mars beat them for
Mhm.
a Grammy. He was saying that I think the song Dynamite, which it was played a lot of places you go out and commercials.
Yeah.
However, I don't think Dynamite was a better song with Silk Sonic
No.
with Bruno and I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
Leave the door open. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Come
smoking
on.
out the window. Like there's no way that Dynamite was better than
No.
I'm sorry.
Respectfully, no, it wasn't. And the other thing too that people need to realize, these guys are getting up there in their careers,
Right.
and that's the other thing. They're going around and studying these black artists as they have been doing, and why they this genre is successful amongst
Uh-huh.
black people. They're studying these artists because they have had longevity in their careers, and they've gone past like the bubblegum K-pop stuff to
Right.
more mature style, and
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out how they're gonna manage in that space because
I agree.
they're getting too old to sing like the K-pop stuff.
Yeah.
The poppy childlike music.
Right.
So, and I'm like this at some point, like the American fans and even like the Korean fans, y'all gotta let them grow up at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even want to let them go to the military, but they served all their
Yeah.
military obligations, I believe.
It's just I don't know, these fans, it's, and especially like I said, Army, they just doing too much.
Yeah, I'm telling
Sorry.
you, like in those songs, they're probably some kind of like brainwashing.
It is.
Things that are happening there.
Yeah.
Some kind of mind
It
control.
is mind control. But definitely. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add to this before we end the live.
No, I don't have anything else to add. I just say that people just need to like really think for themselves, and don't feed into the outrage, selective outrage of other people on the internet, and the people that are out here trying to like judge Chris Brown. It's like, look, I'm sure you got some ish in your closet that you are ashamed of.
Right.
Like, leave this man alone and let him like move on.
Right. Yeah. So, without further ado, well, yeah, we're gonna end this live now. I think we said everything that we needed to say. And again, y'all want to listen to the playback, please share y'all's thoughts and opinions. But again, keep it respectful because we can agree to disagree. But until next time, bye.